All right, folks, second podcast. This time we're going to do the manatee problem, but we're still reviewing concepts in section 3.2 of your AP Stats book. And in the second class, we did the following problem. This one here was the follow-up to the manatee problem that we did earlier in the week. And so they ask you to revisit the manatee graph, make a scatter plot of the data, which we did right there. And this is their plot. We used the boxes, but they have the window settings here, so you should be able to duplicate this exactly on your calculator. And then part B was find the least squares regression line. So let's walk through again how to do this on the calculator. All right, so to put the data in, stat, enter, gets me in, and I have all of my data for the manatees in L4 and L5. So L4 is the boat registrations, L5 is the number of manatees killed by boats. And to do the regression line, I'm going to go stat, write out a calculate, and number 8 is my linear regression. I put in my X list, which is L4, my Y list, which is in L5, and I tell the calculator, I'm going to clear this out so you can follow along at home, put a comma after there, that I want to put the equation for this line in Y1. So I go vars, write out a Y vars, enter on function, enter on Y1, and when I hit enter now, it will actually do the regression. So that's the equation. And again, you want to be able to interpret this in the context of the problem. So B is the slope. That means that for every new boat registration, I expect 0.125 manatees more to be killed. And the interpretation of the y-intercept would be that if no boats registered, I would have negative 41.4 manatees killed. But of course, that doesn't make sense. I can't have negative manatees killed. So in this context, in this problem, the y-intercept doesn't make any sense. And you should be able to say that. That's the kind of thing you could get asked. Does the y-intercept make sense in this problem? Now, when I hit the zoom 9 button, I get a picture with the line through it. This is what it looks like in the calculator zoom 9. And this is an actual drawing out that they use some computer software to do. Okay, this is part C, another application of the groovy function that we did in the previous problem. So now that I have an equation for this regression line in Y1 right there, because I told the calculator to put it in there when I did the linreg, now, let's clear this out, I can do Y1, vars, Y function, boom, and then I put in, now the question asks for 716,000 boat registrations. Now I know that these lists are by 1,000, so I'm just going to put in the 716, and when I do that and hit enter, boom, there it is. Now what the answer from the book shows is that they just took the 716 and plugged it in to that regression. See, so there it is right there. There's my 716. So you could do that math out by hand, but this is just so much more fun and cool. In part D, they added 4 more data points. So I want to take this opportunity to show you how to plot 2 scatter plots at the same time. What I did was went in, so let's clear this. I again stat, enter to get into my data. I put these 4 new points in columns L2 and L3. So now they're separate. And what I'm going to do is go to my stat plot and set up a second plot. So there, plot 1 is the regular manatee data. This is the additional manatee data. And notice that I changed, so I got to turn it on, but I changed the data points from the little circly squarey thingies to the plus sign thingies right here. And now when I hit graph, I've got these 4 additional points added in. So this is my stat plot, and you can see from this, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more of them right there. And I'm going to take this off, and you can see in the answer that they just did the same thing, but by changing the color instead of the shape. So all I've done now is add those new 4 data points into the 2 lists. You can see them at the bottom of the calculator here. Now I'm going to do a new regression with these points. Now I do the second regression, and I'm going to put the new line in Y2. Notice the change in the correlation. Now I'm going to hit Y equals. I'm going to go in and make this line bold, and I'm going to graph, and there it is with the 2. You can see the difference.